Princess La Habana. Once upon a time, in the land of Cuba, the people were living in peace and harmony. Then one day, foreign invaders appeared.
Your Majesty, the enemy forces are closing in. All the frontline commanders have fallen.
What? All of them?
Yes, Your Majesty, the soldiers are in disarray and fleeing, so the enemy is advancing aggressively. We must think of a way to stop them, or the palace will be in grave danger.
Oh my, how did things escalate so quickly? I've already sent my finest commanders to the battlefield. What do we do now? We need to think of a response quickly. We cannot let the palace fall into enemy hands. Summon the court officials and generals for an emergency meeting.
The frontline troops have been wiped out. Now we must build a defensive barrier around the palace and prevent the enemy from advancing further.
Your Majesty, I volunteer. I'm ready too, Your Majesty.
Good. One of you take the troops to the east and the other to the north. Do your best to hold back the enemy.
Yes.
Will the two armies be able to stop the enemy? From what I see, it's possible the enemy is not only advancing from the east and north. But for now, this is our only option.
Princess, it's time for your music lesson.
In a time of crisis like this, how can I think about music? I will focus on archery and swordsmanship.
But Princess, archery and sword fighting aren't suitable for a lady, especially a princess of an entire nation.
Precisely because I'm the princess, I cannot stand by when my country is in danger. I will use whatever strength I have to fight the enemy and defend the palace until my last breath.
Oh, Princess, it's too dangerous. Please don't risk your life like this. The generals are already handling the battle.
The finest generals have been fighting for a long time and are weary. They need more support. Enough talk. I'm going to practice sword fighting now.
Princess! Princess!
My swordsmanship isn't too bad, but I can't afford to be overconfident. I must train hard. The situation is urgent.
A few days later,
Your Majesty, urgent news!
Speak!
What's the situation?
Your Majesty, Princess, the armies from both the east and the north have been completely defeated. The remaining soldiers are wounded, and the enemy is advancing on the palace.
Oh no! How could they attack so quickly?
This is bad. The situation is critical. If we don't act soon, the entire palace will be destroyed.
Send for reinforcements.
But Your Majesty, all the generals have gone to battle. We can summon more troops, but there's no one left to command them. What should we do?
Oh no!
Father, there's no time to hesitate. Please let me lead the troops to fight the enemy.
How can I allow that? Even my finest generals are being defeated by the enemy. You are just a woman. How could I ever let you face these vicious invaders?
Father, I've been studying military tactics, and I've trained in horse riding, sword fighting, and archery. I may not be as skilled as the generals, but I'm capable of defending myself. Right now, the most important task is saving the kingdom. As the princess, it is my duty to act. Let them see that our country will not fall easily to invaders.
How did I become so powerless like this? All I can do is watch as my generals, and now even my own daughter, walk right into danger.
Father, don't worry. I promise I will return safely and drive the enemy away.
No! I can't lose you! I will not allow you to go.
But, Father! I didn't expect Father to lock me up like this. No, I can't just sit here while my country is being invaded.
That's right. There's still the secret door. I'll sneak out and take the royal seal so I can rally the troops to defend the kingdom.
Why is the princess here? Could the king have made a mistake? Exactly. Letting a delicate woman lead the troops into a bloody battle?
I had the king's orders to lead the army against the invaders. If anyone has objections, speak now. I may be a woman, but I've trained in strategy and combat.
Princess, this is not okay. The battlefield is no place for a princess like you. It's best if you stay in the palace.
The situation is urgent, and the enemy is at our doorstep. I have the royal seal. Disobeying me is disobeying the king.
I dare not.
To turn the tide, we need to understand the enemy thoroughly. We cannot rely just on our strength alone, as our forces are now weakened. Therefore, we must come up with a new strategy.
Do you have a plan, princess?
I've studied the enemy. Right now, they're charging forward recklessly, eager to reach the palace. This will make them overconfident. We need to exploit that weakness.
Exactly. Princess, here's the map of the enemy's movements and their forces.
Good. Listen closely.
There's no time to lose. Tomorrow night, the first group will go to the eastern gate and create a diversion. The elite troops in the second group will follow me to the western gate for a surprise attack.
Understood.
The next evening,
Drive out the enemy. Protect the palace.
Yes, sir.
Advance.
Advance.
that night, the enemy saw the eastern gate ablaze and thought the king's forces were coming to confront them. They concentrated their troops there, but Princess La Habana and her elite soldiers launched a surprise attack from the rear.
Everyone, attack!
What? We're being ambushed. Fight back! Do you think you can easily ambush us? Think again.
I will do everything to take you down.
Princess, are you all right? Please fall back and let us handle this.
I'm fine. This wound is nothing. I must take the enemy commander's head to avenge our fallen ones.
Surrender! A puny lassie like you, trying to win glory on the battlefield?
Charge! Attack!
Crush them for me!
That night, the enemy fell into the trap of Princess La Habana and was caught off guard. Many were killed, and the rest fled in panic and defeated. Princess La Habana led the troops in pursuit, but a poison arrow from the enemy struck her.
Princess! Princess!
Just leave me. You must chase the enemy.
But you're wounded!
I said I'm fine. Focus on the bigger picture. Go quickly. The soldiers need your leadership.
Princess! 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 I've returned. We've driven the enemy away.
When the victorious troops returned, they found that Princess La Habana had already passed away, lying beside her loyal horse. She had died a heroic death, still holding her sword.
Princess, we've returned victorious. Please wake up and celebrate with us. Princess! Princess!
Oh no! My daughter! My child!
The royal army returned victorious, but their joy was mingled with sorrow for the brave princess. From that day on, the capital of Cuba was named La Habana in her honor.